2. What you're seeing is footage of Thomas while on vacation at a Vrbo with his family. He goes about his morning as any other day. However, this day will be vastly different from anything he's ever experienced. In just a few moments, Thomas Gallagher will begin feeling an increasingly painful headache and will have difficulty moving his neck. A blood vessel has ruptured in his skull, causing a cerebral hemorrhage. Not long after the symptoms occur, he yells for his wife and is promptly taken to the hospital. Once in a while, you hear about someone who succumbed to a brain aneurysm. This is a scary and unfortunate reality that no one wants to think about. At any moment, a blood vessel could rupture in your brain and unfortunate reality, and there's nothing no one can do to stop it. However, there are some caveats. The incidence of a cranial hemorrhage is pretty low, about 2%, with most cases happening to people between the ages of 30 and 60. The incidence of a cranial hemorrhage is pretty low, about 260. More to the point, why would a blood vessel rupture in the first place? In this video, I'll explain why blood vessels rupture, how it happens, and what you can do. This is Dark Science. Today's video is sponsored by AG1. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement formulated to raise your baseline health by supporting the whole body, brain, and blood vessels are a network of tubes that carry blood under pressure to organs and tissue throughout the body. The average pressure of blood in your blood vessels is roughly 2.3 pounds per square inch. They range in diameters from centimeters all the way down to micrometers. Blood vessels are not to be thought of as rigid static tubes similar to PVC pipe, but rather are rubbery dynamic tubes that dilate and constrict, known as vasodilation and vasoconstriction. They expand and contract to respond to different demands of the body. This may be to increase or decrease blood pressure, remove heat from the body, or change the amount of blood flowing to a particular organ. For example, blood vessels need to dilate during exercise to increase blood flow to muscles. After a meal, blood vessels in your GI tract dilate, so more blood can flow to the intestines to aid with digestion. Blood vessels are able to expand and contract due to their protein composition. Arteries and veins are made of specialized cells called endothelial cells. In between these cells is a matrix of proteins composed of elastin and collagen. Elastin is a very flexible protein that gives blood vessels their elastic properties. Elastin is found in high amounts in other stretchy tissue. Collagen, on the other hand, is a strong structural protein that has high tensile strength and is very rigid. This gives blood vessels strength and durability. Due to its tensile properties, collagen is found in tendons, bone, and especially scar tissue. You'll notice on healed scars that the tissue is firm and thick. It's not meant to stretch, but rather conceal and protect. This is because scar tissue contains a high amount of collagen. This is a crucial point that I'll return to later in the video. To sum it up, elastin can be thought of as a rubber band for stretching, and collagen can be thought of as a rope to prevent tearing. In the protein matrix of blood vessels, there is always more elastin than collagen, with an average ratio of 1.7 to 1 of elastin to collagen. This gives blood vessels slightly more flexibility while also having adequate strength to avoid tearing. As we age, this ratio of elastin to collagen changes, with collagen increasing and elastin decreasing. Collagen increases because your blood vessels become damaged over your lifetime. Chronic stress raises blood pressure, putting mechanical strain on the vessel increases because your blood vessels become damaged over your lifetime. Cholesterol in the inner lining of the vessel walls causes inflammatory damage. Both of these factors weaken the blood vessel. Your body repairs blood vessels by adding collagen to the weakened areas. This is because collagen is a strong protective protein. Cells called fibroblasts produce collagen and patch up damaged areas in the protein matrix. Like the thick scar on your skin, collagen creates a rigid protective layer on the blood vessel. However, putting more thick and elastic collagen into the protein matrix creates a new problem. Collagen doesn't stretch. It acts like a rope or cable and keeps tissue tight and restricted. Paradoxically, adding more collagen makes the blood vessel weaker. Blood vessels can be as much as 50% weaker when extra collagen is added to its composition. This weakened structure can be seen as a growing bulge or ballooning on the blood vessel itself, as the vessel tissue becomes overstretched. This ballooning is called an aneurysm. The tissue gets weaker and weaker as high-pressure blood flows through it until it stretches too much and ruptures. Now, blood vessels rupture all the time. If you've ever had a bruise on your arm or leg, it's because capillaries in that area were broken, likely from trauma. The discoloration beneath your skin is actually blood leaking out of blood vessels, and yet it's not serious. It's not serious because these blood vessels are extremely small, micrometers in diameter, some the width of a human hair. It's when the blood vessel is larger, like an artery measuring a diameter of centimeters, that it becomes serious. With this size of artery, significant blood can be lost in minutes. If the rupture happens in a crucial part of the body, like the lungs or liver, it becomes even more fatal. But what you're probably most curious about are the blood vessels in your brain. When a blood vessel bursts inside the brain, it's called an intracerebral hemorrhage. This is the classic line of "pop the blood vessel" that you often hear about in fatal cases. When an artery ruptures in the brain, blood leaks into the surrounding tissue, filling it like a balloon. Accumulation of blood pushes against other areas of the brain, bruising and tearing the tissue in the process. Symptoms of an intracerebral hemorrhage will depend on the area of the brain in which the blood vessel ruptured. For example, hemorrhaging in the basal ganglia causes paralysis on one side of the body. Hemorrhaging in the occipital lobe will cause blurred vision and even entire loss of vision if severe enough. Bleeding in the frontal lobe may cause difficulty speaking or slurred speech. If there is bleeding in the cerebellum, there may be loss in coordination and fine motor skills. Despite dire circumstances, you can survive an intracerebral hemorrhage. However, you will only survive by getting immediate medical treatment. Every minute that passes without medical intervention, the higher the chances of irreversible damage and complications leading to fatality. If the response time is within minutes following an intracerebral hemorrhage, survival is about 50%. Though an intracerebral hemorrhage is very bad, it's not the worst type of brain aneurysm there is. While a blood vessel rupturing inside the brain is dangerous in its own right, a rupture in the space around the brain, called the subarachnoid space, is even more severe. This type of brain hemorrhage is called a subarachnoid hemorrhage, the same type of brain bleed that Thomas Gallagher experienced. The subarachnoid space lies between the arachnoid matter a protective. Detective.
Albert, nigga. The advert, Dino pussy fresh. Keep it in amber. Nuts beat sounds so good. It's got.
Nigga, my girl look identical to Albert Einstein. My girl looks just like Albert Einstein. My girl look identical to Albert Einstein.
Fuck with DJ 1K. No, I blocked him.
It's the summer for the ashes. See the high flashes on my face and my mindset. Have them take 10 feet the street where the men meet. Even when they 10 deep, you know what they friend thinks. See them cross the stage, now it's cross the stage. Only time I crossed the stage was in middle school. Now I'm walking across the stage for my interviews. Yeah, this little boss, check the news, bruh. Wake up, Mr. Flowers. Check the news, boy. Check the news, bruh. Check the news, Cuddy. It's in my brain. Check the news, boy. Check the news, bruh. Check the news, Cuddy. It's in my brain. Yeah, I only save my life if I'm gunning for the matches. Fighting for the cause, see me coming with the masses. Got bass like drummers, got syrup like molasses. Only in the ring if I'm cashes. You looking like fool, but I'm passing. I gotta lose rate cause you rapping so nasty. I ain't talking about sick and I ain't talking about classy. You boys are not classy. You're in a dumpster and you're looking kinda trashy. Wake up, Mr. Flowers. Wake up, Mr. Flowers. Check the news, boy. Check the news, bruh. Check.
To this right away, but pretty much right after that they started trying to fool me. So when they knew it was time to come out, they would sprint to the litter box and make this great big deal about just pretending to use the litter box. I was really thrown by this because I had about just pretending to use the litter box. I was really thrown by this because I hadn't had ferrets for very long, so it never occurred to me they could use their brains for evil. I started out with just the 2 ferrets, now I have 5 ferrets. Too many ferrets, you might say. I don't know how they all happened to me. But anyway, my one female ferret, Princess, is sort of particular about her food. Ferrets are meat eaters, and I feed mine different types of meat that I thaw out from the freezer. Princess's favorite foods are duck, turkey, chicken, really any poultry, but especially duck. That's her favorite one. And I know it's her favorite one because every time I give it to her, she eats it really, really fast and then she runs over to me to snuggle, which she doesn't normally do. Her least favorite foods are pork and beef, especially pork. She hates it and she hates me for giving it to her. Every time I try to feed it to her, she either refuses to eat it or she takes a couple of tiny miserable bites out of it before coming up to bite me and to dig at my bare skin as though to punish me for giving her the wrong food. And it's not like she's starving. She always has freeze-dried food available that she also likes. I don't want to quit feeding them pork either because everybody else likes it, especially Steve. He's way into it. What really made me realize that ferrets are way, way smarter than I was expecting was something my ferret Toast did. I was having a really busy morning and rushing to meet a deadline. Toast kept
Ilodole color blush day, yeah, yeah. A guide to campus to the clash day, I say, yeah. Feeling nature to the symphony, ho rock and mania, look up in a us, so okay, let's go. I know that sounds so for you.
Muy buenas, soy Nico Utrinas y estamos en un nuevo video.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
He wrote, in the first diary entry that Solomon wrote on October 18, he opened up with a photo of Eric Harris, one of the advertise his attack. Then finally on January 6th, the guns time, stating, 12 years of my life wasted in an institution that taught nothing but how much I fucking hate people being forced to work with a groups of mongrel who can't speak English, the gun over on himself and ended it. Shortly after, the police arrived. After Solomon died, this one is clear for students to stop inward. It seems like I never hear black people doing anything positive anymore. Inward turn. He wrote, when I think about what I'm going to do, I get sad seeing and reading kids/adults before who did similar
Better which one to eat?
You! Why you gotta try to be like me? What's great, you what's new?
Better which one to eat?
You!
I'm sorry for being white. I'm sorry for being white. I'm sorry for being white.
What does it feel like?
Hey, how you do?
Now look at this.
I'm literally in a fucking riot making a beat, bro.
What does you ask? Give me
Masculinity is confusing and I'll be
Unmatched.
Sell items saw a sudden influx of tridents, all with the
I love you, baby, and if it's quite all.
Damn, fit the shit, son.
you flow through though. Sharingan kill.
No, it's not Sharingan, bro. No, 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 no.
FN. Oh my god, FN Studio.
Look at.
Have you ever seen this type of white guy? This is safe sleazy. They live in.
Try not.
Masculinity is confusing.
I'm a robo thief.
Chicken.
I like to be on my poop and eat it.
I got my shit on airplane mode. Don't sleep unless that bankroll flow. Cooking up, whipping and dipping and stacking my business like rags to bitches.
With my homeboys.
Oh. Impatient.
Look. Oh my. At.